Welcome back to part 12 of the Paper Mario playthrough, guys. We are trying to get to the pink streamer, I believe it is, and we have just gotten the key for the Diamond Island from Luigi. We now need to head to Diamond Island, which is underwater, which we can find to the northwest of us. And we need to use this key to open the island. I assume it'll raise to the surface. I'm not sure. Not quite sure what to expect here. But I'm glad to finally have this key and to be able to move on in this part of the chapter. If you haven't seen the last episode, we spent a lot of time searching for this island. It was kind of difficult to find it because there weren't very many clues as to the fact that it is underwater. So now we get to dive underwater and use this key. And after finding the island, it was locked up. So we had to find this key and give it to him, or put it into the island to unlock it for some reason. But now we're finally here and we get to unlock it, and oh man. And now we finally get to see what's inside. In this episode, I hope to finish off this area, whatever it is, and then I hope to also take care of the whole purple streamer or pink streamer or whatever it is, and get ready to move on to the next area, and that's probably where we'll cut it off. Let's see what this new area has to offer us. And it looks really nice inside. I kind of like the fact that this is like its own biome. It's cool. Yeah, it's really cool looking that a lot of this is just like its own little city, I guess, underwater in this dome. Kind of like Sandy's home in SpongeBob, where she lives in that dome bubble area. Interesting. So it looks like we have to undergo 3 trials: power, wisdom, and courage. So again, another thing that feels like it's coming from Legend of Zelda. And then we will be awarded with an orb. And these orbs, I believe, we take to the door at the tall tower that's on the island that has the streamer going to it. Okay, that's really interesting. So this circle lets you use any power that you want. Don't know if we need it right now. It looks like we're going to have to use each circle to get to each area. First off, I think we're going to take on this, I believe this is the power temple, I guess. The power trial. And we'll see what this has to offer for us, and I hope this is really fun. This seems like a really cool concept. So first off, we have to destroy all of these blocks within the time provided. Doesn't seem too hard. I'm sure more blocks will spawn. The depth perception in this room is a little weird. Looks like these blocks will probably take multiple hits. Yeah. That was nice and easy. Not too bad. But that's just one of the 3 trials, I think. Or 3 stages for this trial. For this one, we are going to have to use our hammer. Press B to raise your hammer, then A at the exact right moment to land an excellent attack. Okay, so I'm actually a little bad with this timing. So I figured it out. I think, let me see if I can try to do it here. When you land an excellent, well, you saw right there with the great. When you land an excellent, it makes a bigger like splash wave or damage wave. So you can hit multiple ones at once, just like that. Alright, I failed this one, and it looks like we have to redo all of them, so I gotta get better with that excellent timing. Now that I know that the splash wave can take out multiple blocks, it should be a lot easier to get through that. Awesome. Getting more consistent with the excellence really helped a lot during that one. I think I had like 10 seconds left when I finished that, as compared to getting to the last block with about 5 seconds last time. Let's move on to this 3rd trial and see what's going on. We gotta climb to the top of this nail. And then, well, I'm not sure what we have to do yet. But we have to get this thing into the ground within the time that was given to us. So I think that the jump... So this is basically just action commands, the mini game. So I'm a lot better with the jumping action command, so I think I'll use a lot more of that, but we'll see if the hammer does a lot more when you get the excellent, because I think getting an excellent would be a lot shorter than getting 4 jumps in a row. Well, that was really easy. I just did jumps the whole time. I think they were a lot faster than the hammer. Oh man. And this game, of course, never fails to throw some weird music and dance that Mario does at you. I took a little detour to the far left earlier, and I noticed that this place is like an icy cavern. I think that we will need to complete the, is it an ice elemental, probably, to get to this area. Because right now we only have the earth, water, and fire, and neither of those seem like they can really help with this. My first thought was the water elemental, but all that does is spray out more water, so I don't think we would need more water to get past this water. So I think this is going to be the last area that we do, and we have to get to the ice elemental first, which is throughout the rest of this area, this diamond island that we're in. Looks like this area will need the water, or the ice elemental as well, because it was just a big empty pit. As you saw, we just filled it with water. Now we can't get past that water. So let's move on to the rest of this diamond island and see what's coming up with the water, or the ice elemental that we have to deal with. This is the area that I was talking about earlier, where it looks like it's just an icy cavern that continues onward. This area has given me some big ice cavern vibes from Ocarina of Time. Well, Olivia just hinted towards us needing to break these bears' teeth, and it looks like we can use the arms ability right here. So I think we have to go through some puzzle that'll get the rest of the arms block onto this missing hole right here. So far, I'm actually really enjoying this ice cavern. There are some really cool puzzles that are used throughout it that involve you like hitting a wall while standing on an ice block, and it's all movement based. Really enjoying it so far. This puzzle was also really cool. This is actually my second try doing it. I didn't get it in one try, but as you saw there, you had to use a breakable block to get it. So it's really cool that they made it to where you had to break specific blocks, and if you broke the wrong ones, you wouldn't be able to do the puzzle, and you would have to go into the reset room that would respawn all of those blocks that were there. Looks like we've come upon another one of these puzzles where we can only break certain blocks. I suspect that because right to the left of me, or I guess just to the left of me, there's another reset room where if you go in, I assume, let's just test it out, that it will respawn these blocks. You walk in, there'll be a little rumble, yeah, and then the rocks will be reset when we walk back out here. So let's take some time to figure out this puzzle, and I'll come back to you once I figured it out. I think first try we figured this out. This one wasn't that bad, I just kind of walked through it like I was on the platform. Oh man, my joystick just made me walk off. I think it still counted though. And I need to be on it. So I need to reset and do that again. Hopefully next time my joystick won't walk me off because of the joystick drift. Another thing I just realized while doing this is that the ones that you have to break are actually a different color. I don't know if this is because I've already broken them, or if there's actually no real puzzle to this, and you just have to notice the differences. If it's really like that, that's pretty lame. But this time we made it, and we're in another room. We need to figure out what to do. This is the only option right now. So I guess maybe these bear heads can be moved around as well. No, that doesn't seem like it's it. Not quite sure what to do here. I'll figure it out though. Okay, I figured it out. You just have to hit it while moving. Well, Olivia gave me the little "aren't you going to save here" warning, so I suspect that this is going to be the last little thing we have to do before getting to the boss. little cutscene. Alright, looks like there's a bit more to do, but I think we're getting close to the boss by now. Or maybe this is the halfway point since it's the peak of the second mountain. No? Okay, this actually just straight up is the boss, not the halfway point. Well, the boss has already put himself into ice like this, so I think that we're going to have to use the fire elemental platforms that are already on the stage. There's the first go platform. I assume this isn't going to work, so I'm not going to use any special boots. I'm just going to straight up jump on him. Yeah, just slides off. So we're gonna have to use... I assume he's not gonna attack though. He's just gonna sit there. Oh no, he's gonna come out and use a big spike ball on us. Will he go? Yeah, and he goes back to the center and just ices up again. So we gotta hit this on switch and use the fire elemental real quick. Let's do this, and we'll end up attacking from right in front of him. We'll jump onto him and see if that helps, or see if that does enough damage to him. If this doesn't really do much, next time we'll pick up the letter and see if it gives us a hint onto what we're supposed to do. So that only did 5 damage, and that was with shiny iron boots. And it looks like here's... no? Okay, so these are the first, like, battlefield hazards that we have to deal with. It looks like if we walk onto those, we'll freeze up and it'll just be the end of our turn. That's my guess. Slide the panels in a straight row to break the ice chunks. To break up the chunks of ice, canceling will restore the ice, so think ahead. Okay, so we'll need to slide these panels. This froze me. I guess I'm frozen for this and I won't be able to block, so I'll probably take a lot of damage. But we'll have to actually use... wow, 40 damage is a lot. We'll have to use the sliding mechanics to break up the ice chunks that fall from the ceiling. So this fire elemental spot is on one of the frozen spots, but I'm not sure if this is going to end my move or if it's just going to let me do this and... okay, it just straight ended my move. I'm not really going to get anything done with this attack, but I think it's worth it to get this question mark note thing and the heart. After you've melted the ice, try this strike with the 1000-fold arm rush before it freezes itself up again. Okay, so I need to not do normal attacks, essentially. So it was actually pretty useful to get that and just sacrifice doing damage for a turn. Alright, yeah, that did way more damage than I could have asked for, and it put the boss in a stunned phase. So it looks like normal attacks may be able to... okay, it looks like we just need to do the arms over and over and over. And the boss is down, so that was a pretty good boss fight. Probably not one of my favorites, because the mechanics just weren't as interesting as some previous ones. But not bad. The boss fights never fail to disappoint in this game. I think they've done a really good job with them. Well, that right there shows that I was right about my guess that we need the Ice Elemental to get to those last 2 trials. So let's head back to the trials and use the power to get into them and see what those have to offer for us. So here we are in the I'm assuming wisdom. Yeah, the wisdom trial. Not quite sure what to expect from this one. Maybe some sort of memory game or some matching game. Not sure what to do with wisdom. So we have to answer questions with a check mark or X. Number of streamers that you have cleared so far is 3. Yeah. Yes. Okay, that's really cool. I like how you jump through it and then it's either you're wrong or you're right and it sends you back. It's very creative. If you pass the 6th, 5th, and 4th place runners in a marathon, you'll finish in 3rd place. If you pass the 6th, 5th, and 4th place runners in a marathon, you'll finish in 3rd place. I mean, yeah, you could, but what if you passed the 2nd and 1st? I think this was a trick. Yeah, it was a trick question. I wonder, at least we get to see now if this will give us the same questions and you just lose a little bit of time, or if they give you new questions. Okay, so different questions. The name of Captain Ode's submarine is the Princess Peach. That is wrong. It is the Marino something. Shogun Studios has a photo studio, a tower, and a theater. All of these locations, the theater is the largest. Was the theater and the tower different? I thought the theater was the tower. I'm just gonna go with yes. I don't even know what the theater was. What was the theater? The trial of wisdom can be made less challenging in exchange for 3,000 of your coins. Now, I don't want to... I mean, I have plenty of coins for that, but I would like to actually get this done the right way. The pictures drawn on the first floor of Overlook Tower were of mushrooms and an apple. No, they were bananas. "12 passengers are riding a bus. If 5 of them get off at their stop, 7 people will remain on their bus. If 5 of them get off at their stops, 7 will remain on the bus." I believe so. I don't think this is counting the driver because it says passengers. Unless if 7 of them also refers to... Okay, that was just wording. Wording was bad. The final stop on the downriver tour is Autumn Mountain. That is wrong. It is the valley. Every hill in Overlook Mountain has an equal number of uphill and downhill slopes. Well, I think it's yes, but I'm just gonna go with no because I've always been wrong on the second one. And of course. The number of shell stones that Mario inserted in Earth Elemental Temple was 4. That is true. There was 5 total. We had to get 4. "1 ton of iron is heavier than 1 ton of cotton." That is false because ton is like a weight. That's like the whole feather with like a ton of questions, blah blah blah. Third question. Speak with all 3 figures, then choose the one who is telling the truth. Okay. C is lying. I'm telling the truth. B is lying. Well, if C is lying... Well, if A says that C is lying, and B says it's telling the truth. Would that mean that A is telling the truth? So that means both of those would be wrong. So I think it's C. I think it has to be C. I could be completely wrong, but I think it has to be C. I just want to pause for a second here. I spent a lot of time on this puzzle specifically, and a lot of it sounded like incoherent garbage, so I didn't know how to put any of it together. If you want to watch the full 5 minutes that I spent just trying to figure out this puzzle, I'm going to link to an unlisted video in the description that has just this question and the whole thought process of me trying to figure it out, because I think it's actually kind of funny. Now, back to the video. Okay. I really took a lot of time to think about that, but I actually got it right. I can't believe that I got that right. That was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this wisdom trial, even though it took me like 5 tries or something. I don't know. I'll probably put it on the screen while I'm doing this, how many tries it's taking me. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. I really hope the courage one is similar. Not sure what they could do with courage. Maybe the only thing I can think of with courage is like enemies coming to attack you and having to... I don't know. I actually don't know what you could do with courage in this game. I'm excited to see what they come up with. So there's a rope and an arrow. The rope connects to an unseen object. This object will soon fall from above. Press A to grab the rope. Once you release it, an unseen object will begin a rapid descent. You must halt this object by pressing A once more, but only after if it drops below the arrow. Okay, so it's kind of like a reaction thing. If you halt the object above the arrow, your lack of courage shall be revealed. Okay. This can't be falling that fast, right? Yeah, and that wasn't that fast. And it's below the arrow. Okay, the arrow is lower. I couldn't really tell if it was falling faster or not. I bet that's probably good enough to beat the next challenge as well, so this shouldn't be too hard. Oh, that's a lot of rope. This thing's probably going to be falling for a while. That seems like it's about at the same level. Okay. It varies in speed, maybe? Oh, it's just speeding up really fast. Oh, I'm a pussy. I pressed A too soon. Oh my god, that was so close. But I did it. I don't have to do it all over again. That's nice. Very nice. I wonder how low that could have gotten before it really killed me, because it seemed like that was really low. We've collected all 3 orbs. Now it's time to head back to the northwest corner of this sea and take on this giant tower that has the streamer. Here we are back at this island. Let's put these orbs into the door and open it up. So based off the appearance of this place, I think we're going to have to use all 4 of the elemental powers that we've acquired to get through this place. It looks like it's a culmination of everything up to this point. I would suspect like the last temple to be something like this, but this is the second to last. Maybe the next area we won't even unlock a new ability, and it'll just straight up be like taking out the streamer as the #1 priority. So this crab just stole something from that. I guess we have to chase it down and get it back, whatever it is. It looked like it was some special orb. Oh, cool. Okay, we didn't even have to go into a battle with that thing. We got this red gem back, so we gotta take it back and put it in the water elemental spot. Okay, so I think this boss is tape. Good to know. I'm excited to see how they make tape a cool boss, since they've managed to make everything else a pretty cool boss. So this one looks like a duel between fire and ice. I guess the last one was a combination of water and earth. So I guess this is probably the second, or the last floor before getting to the very top. I think I figured out this puzzle. This one actually took a bit of time to figure out. I'll flash up a picture of what it looked like before I started going around and breaking some of the blocks. But let's see, this is the first time trying it out. Let's see if I figured out what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, yeah. This should be the end of it, and then I should be able to jump up onto that one. Alright, this is the first thing I've done so far, so I'm not sure if this is exactly the right way I'm supposed to go. So this is a similar puzzle to what was at the very beginning of the Fire Temple for the Fire Elemental. You just have to follow this path. And they're really mixing it up, so me talking through it probably hasn't helped that much. Okay, yeah, I got it wrong because I was talking. Got it right that time, and they give us a little health back. So let's see what's through this door right here, and let's see if we can get... Not quite. I think maybe we're supposed to have the Fire Elemental shoot fire onto the ice one to reveal the way through. That's what this is looking like. Yeah. Alright, so that was exactly what was supposed to happen. Looks like this is taking us right to the top where we're gonna have to fight against this tape boss. A nice quick little tower, exactly what I wanted from this. That ice temple area actually took quite a bit of time, so I'm glad this was really short. Alright, well, it looks like we're not done yet, so let's see what we have to do from here. Okay, looks like we have to take on the tape boss, and then we'll get to do whatever we have to do with each of these corners. So this is already getting to be a pretty long video, and this boss wasn't too entertaining, so I'm just going to sum it up real quick. What we had to do was take out each of the corners of the tape dispenser, and you do that by going up to each side and hitting it with your hammer. Once you hit it with the hammer enough times, it would break like every other corner you see right now. After it broke, it made it look like the boss fight was done, and it actually got me for a second. I was surprised that, as you can see right here, it looks like you're already done. And the game goes to like the battle completion screen, but you don't get any coins, and then the tape comes back down, and he puts a little clip on himself where he can break the tape off, and he starts rolling around the arena, and he'll tape panels together. So he'll make it so that if you rotate, say, the closest one to him, you'll end up rotating the second one as well. This boss wasn't really that hard, it was more just annoying, and that's why I don't really feel like showing a lot of it off. But I'm just glad to be done with this boss and glad to be moving on to the last part of the game. And we take out the boss, easy as that. That second phase of the boss fight didn't really do that much damage. It was more like a nuisance trying to keep track of everything that's taped together. Not really sure how I feel about that boss. I feel like they could have done more with the tape. Everything, like I said, didn't really damage you. It was just more annoying than it was challenging. Now we only have one streamer left, so close to the end. Oh, that's exciting. It's kind of like tradition in Mario or in Paper Mario games for there to be a sky chapter. Yeah, just as I suspected, except it's an elevator straight up into the heavens. So I think that's where we will end this episode. I think it's a really good stopping point. We did a lot in this episode, took out the Ice of Elemental, took out the Purple Streamer. If you guys are enjoying this Paper Mario Let's Play series, let me know in the comments down below. I've been having a lot of fun playing this game. I think even though it's not as good as the first one or the Thousand Year Door, it is overall a really good game. If you've been enjoying the content, go ahead and drop me a like down below and hit that red subscribe button. That would help me out a lot. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time when we head up into the clouds to take on this last streamer.